Hello, Taylor. What brings you in today?
Hi. I don't know. I guess I've been feeling, um, it's been kind of difficult lately because, like, I, I just started school and, but I'm feeling like kind of lonely.
Mm-hmm. I hear that you're feeling lonely, and it sounds like you just started something new.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm, you know, really busy, but like, I don't really tend to reach out to people that often, and I, I miss my family and kind of miss my friends too. And my friends um, seem to be they're all really busy too. Like a couple of them are in grad school. One of them, she's about to have a baby like this week. um, but yeah, I just feel like life is like going by, and all I'm doing is like working. And even though I want my friends and I want to see my family, I don't see them, and I feel kind of lonely. But I also don't reach out.
Mm-hmm. I imagine that it's difficult to start something new and having work and kind of not having the time or kind of being able to be with your family and be with friends.
Yeah, it's been pretty difficult. Like I'll think about them, and some of my friends they live here, but others have moved to like different places. Um, and I I miss them, and but I think I tend to be kind of timid in terms of like reaching out to people, so I don't do it as often as I'd like, and so I tend to feel kind of lonely.
This is the second time that I hear you say that you are timid, and that because you are timid, you don't reach out to your friends or family, and you end up feeling lonely.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what's holding me back sometimes. Like I think like sometimes like I'm just going through a lot that I don't want to like burden them. So like if I'm reaching out, is it like I truly want to like seek their connection and like truly talk to them, or is it because like I want to vent to them about like how things are going with me, and so I kind of just tend to not reach out.
I heard you say that you feel like you might. Oh, I heard you say that you feel that you don't want to reach out because you're afraid you might kind of. The exact words that you said were burden to your friends, and you're kind of. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I would be a burden, and I don't know. I guess my mood tends to fluctuate a lot, and you know, I I guess I only want to truly reach out when I'm feeling okay, and I don't want to be the friend that's always like moody or complaining.
Would you say that you're the friend that's always moody and complaining?
No, because I complain to myself. like I journal a lot, and I'll like write things out and kind of help to, control my mood. But like, sometimes, journaling is great, but sometimes I actually want to talk to a friend about it. So, and my friends, when I have reached out to them, I've, been in a bad mood or sad or something, they're like, hey, you can reach out to us anytime that you're feeling sad. And like, I don't remember that when I'm sad. Like, I don't do that.
Is it that you don't remember, or is it that you don't want to do it?
Probably that I don't want to do it.
What keeps you from doing it?
I don't know that I guess it's such a vulnerable place to be, and it's not like some of them have seen me, in a vulnerable place, but others haven't, and like it's it's tough, and I'm trying to learn how to like control my own mood
Mm-hmm.
and you know reach out when I feel like I've tried enough to control my mood, and then I'll reach out and talk to them. But yeah,
So I imagine that it can be difficult to open up and kind of show someone, kind of the vulnerable parts of you.
yeah, it is. It's a vulnerable place to be because I growing up, like usually like my family wouldn't like say, hey, how are you doing, how are you feeling, so I'd kind of like keep my emotions like to myself and not really express how I'm feeling to anybody. So doing that and like starting to do that as I've gotten older, um, has been kind of like a new thing for me. So the people that I've had in my life that like I've been able to express my emotions to, they've been the people that I've kept really close to me, and those are the only people that I really let in.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I don't even talk to them about what I'm going through.
Right. And I heard you, I don't know if you realized it or caught it, but I heard you say that because you were, because in your family growing up, it wasn't common for you to kind of open up and talk about how you felt. You kind of refrain from doing that with your friends now that you're older.
Yeah, yeah, that's like kind of is how I guess how it is really. I am afraid to actually like tell them how I'm feeling about certain things or things that I've gone through. 'Cause it's like oh man, like it's it's opening up to someone that maybe hasn't like experienced the same things that I've experienced.
Mm-hmm.
So it's um it's difficult.
Yes, definitely. I imagine it can be extremely difficult to, kind of open up to someone and not really know how they're going to respond to that. If they're going to, um, yeah, how they're going to respond to that.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of like this vulnerable place where like I if I open up, are they gonna kind of like back away? You know, are they gonna like kind of start backing away because I've kind of shown them certain sides, like
Mm-hmm.
of how I feel, or are they gonna be like accepting? So I keep things to myself.
I hear that you rather keep things to yourself. You might be wrong. Correct me if I am. I hear that you are that you rather keep things to yourself instead of kind of being vulnerable and kind of giving them the opportunity to walk away or like turn you away because you are vulnerable with them.
Maybe a little bit, I think. That maybe they'll just like leave or, not like that side. And so, like, I'll keep it to myself just so that they don't see that.
What would you say that it is? What would you say that you don't want them to see? Or you're afraid of, oh yeah, what you don't want them to see?
Mm. I guess the other side of me that, like, you know, has gone through things, and maybe it'll just be like too much.
Would you say that your friends don't also go through things?
That's a good point. Yeah, I've felt my friends through some things over the years. They've called me and talked to me about either leaving relationships or dealing with abuse, um, dealing with frustrations with their family. So yeah, I mean I've helped them through things, and so I think I've kind of been that person that people come to, but it's easier to be that person for it's easier to be the person that people go to as opposed to the person that like needs to go to someone.
Definitely. I I definitely think that it's easier, or not easier, but it's more comfortable to focus on somebody else's problems than your own.
Yeah, it's much easier because you can go into this mode where like you can help figure things out for them, or at least be there for them. But expressing yourself fully, I think that's been hard for me.
Yes, and I have, I definitely do think that um, expressing yourself is something that it sounds like you're not very comfortable with.
No, I'm not comfortable with it. I tend to kind of back away from it, or I like to tell jokes.
Right.
But I think I want to make like a lighthearted situation, keep things lighthearted. Um, but yeah, I think it's being really vulnerable has been something that I've needed to work on, and I don't reach out to people when I am having a hard time, unless it's really gotten so bad that I need to. So I just feel lonely, and kind of disconnected from friends that I've had for a long time. So I don't know. I'm just so busy that like I'm trying to focus on like grad school. I'm trying to make sure that like I'm getting things done, making sure that I'm eating okay. Just kind of making sure that I'm on top of things so that so I can keep going through grad school and just kind of you know making it work.
grad school seems to be very important to you, and it seems to be very important to you.
It is. Grad school is really important. It's I haven't been back to school in a while, and it's been really overwhelming. Lots of papers due, lots of self reflection, which is part of the reason why I'm here now because I've been self reflecting a lot, and it's kind of like stirred up these feelings too. I've kind of done self reflection. I've noticed that I do tend to like back away from people, and so yeah, it's really busy, but it's also really important for me. I really want to make it to like the next step.
So as we've been speaking, I've kind of made pieces of what you've been telling me. So we have this one piece where, grad school is very important to you. And then you have this other piece where you want to have, you feel lonely because you don't reach out to friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this other piece where um, you're kind of afraid of vulnerability.
Yeah, that's a lot of pieces. I just don't know. Like, it's hard for me to want to like put them together, or hard to figure out how they can go together peacefully and it to be okay.
Right, and I think that you don't need to have all the answers right now. I definitely don't, and it's going to be something that you're probably not going to figure out right away, and it's going to take some time to maybe put the pieces together.
Yeah.
So I want to, considering these three pieces, which one would you like to focus on?
What are the pieces again? I think.
So you have, I feel like they're already connected.
Mm-hmm.
You have grad school,
Mm-hmm.
very important to you. But at the same time, because it's so important to you, you haven't been able to reach out to friends, and you kind of don't want to reach out to friends because you're vulnerable. You're afraid of vulnerability, but at the same time, you feel lonely.
Yeah, they all kind of like work together. um, well, it's hard to pick out a piece then because they're all connected.
Well, it sounds like you put them together already.
Like, yeah, that's a good thing to point out. But now I don't know what to do about it. It's hard, but it's hard to be vulnerable.
Definitely.
It's hard, and I want my family and my friends. I want them to know I'm also there for them too. I guess maybe grad school, like it is really busy and really hectic.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe sometimes I use that too, so that like I don't talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I feel like maybe that's kind of what I do too. But like I'm too busy to talk to people because I push people away. I don't know.
So what you're saying is maybe the reason why, or maybe you're using grad school as a way to not be vulnerable with your friends, as an excuse.
Maybe, but grad school's really overwhelming. Like it's really busy. Like, or at least I'm really busy with taking a full load.
Right, of course.
But I guess the times that I do have like a little bit of downtime, I don't focus on like seeing my friends or my family. I kind of just focus on like staying at home and like, kind of catching up on sleep, or I don't know, being with my cat.
You kind of say that as if it were a bad thing.
I feel like it is because it feels good to be home.
Right.
It feels good because I have time to myself, and I tend to be a person that likes to be by herself.
Mm-hmm.
But I also realize that I don't want to be a hermit,
Mm-hmm.
and I I should see my family and friends.
You should.
I guess I say should because sometimes I'll get lonely when I'm
Mm-hmm.
at home by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm at home and I'm at peace, even if I haven't talked to anyone for a while.
Right.
But when I am lonely, I don't reach out.
I'm hearing two different things. I'm hearing, you know, you, well, it sounds like like you said, you like to be alone and you enjoy that time. But at the same time, it sounds like you feel guilty for enjoying that time alone and not reaching out to friends and family.
Yeah. I guess I do feel guilty. Like maybe I'm not doing enough to keep the friendship and the family connections going. So that I don't know if it's guilt or loneliness that sometimes takes over,
Or both.
or both. So like what if they go away because I'm not reaching out enough, So or yeah,
You mentioned that, you just said, what if they go away because, well, you mentioned this feeling of not doing enough. But at the same time, you're saying that you do so much at grad school and you need that time. You need time for yourself to kind of unwind.
yeah, I do. In the last 3 weeks, I've had 3 papers due, and like I'll get text messages from friends and family, and I won't answer for a couple of days because I forget about it because I have so much on my mind. But yeah, I guess I do feel kind of guilty because I don't want them to think that I don't care about them anymore, or that I don't value value them.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, even though I'm not reaching out.
Definitely. Would you say that it's not that you're not doing enough, it's that you're doing so much in grad school that you don't have much time to reach out to friends and family?
Yeah, and I guess I would say that, but I think I also there's been opportunities for me to reach out, but I haven't. But I I don't know. I think it's just a mixture of both the guilt and feeling lonely. I maybe putting too much pressure on myself. I usually do that a lot. I put too much pressure on myself to like be everything to everyone, which sounds kind of cliche,
Mm-hmm.
but I I think when I do have my alone time, it feels good to not have that pressure.
Mm.
But then I still put pressure on myself.
Right.
So
So, how can you repeat that again to yourself? So, you said, it feels nice to, be on yourself because you don't feel that pressure to be everything for everyone. But then I put pressure on myself when I am alone.
I am. I put pressure on myself regardless. So yeah, that sounds kind of stupid. But yeah, I just always put pressure on myself because I don't want connections or friendships or anything to just kind of dwindle away.
Right.
And I feel like I need to reach out to them to make sure that it doesn't happen.
Has it happened?
That's a good question. I will say one friendship has a little bit. I know my friend is kind of upset a little bit because, you know, she recently moved here and she's gone through like a lot. She's lost her friend, she's um, lost her mom, and she's trying to um, have like a new identity for herself. And since she's moved here, I've been busy with grad school, and so she kind of called me out and said, "Hey, I've moved here, and I see you, and we haven't hung out." And she's kind of angry about it. And I told her that, like, I, it's probably going to get a little bit worse, but I will at the end of the semester, like, reach out to her and we can, like, catch up. But I feel like she's also putting a little bit of pressure on me because I think she doesn't have many friends here. So, yeah. So it's been one friend mostly. My other friends have been okay with it, but she kind of stands out in my mind when I think of someone like getting upset with not, being there for them.
I can imagine that can be upsetting and frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's like I think the moment that she said it, like I think it was like a worst fear like coming to life. That like someone is saying what I have been secretly thinking. And I'm wondering if there's more people in my life who also feel the same way and just haven't said anything.
Right.
So but I also at the same time was defending myself in my mind because I am busy and I'm not gonna let myself feel guilty for for doing what I need to do right now.
Of course. I hear you say that on the one hand you do feel frustrated, but on the other hand it's like, hey, no, I'm trying the best I can. I'm really busy and I'm doing this because it's something that I need to do because it's important to me and it's gonna do well for me. Like it's good for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna feel bad for that.
Yeah, that's kind of how like I saw it. That like this is how I can move forward from this, and if she understands, great. But for some reason she doesn't, then maybe we're not supposed to be friends anyway. Which that's hard for me because I don't like letting people go in my life.
Letting people go can be extremely difficult.
Yeah, it is. Especially if like they've been like in your life for a while, and it's just weird. It's like they're there and then not there anymore. So I don't. But I'm trying to remember that I have to do what's best for me in the end, and see, how that, and just prioritize myself.
Right.
Make sure that I'm coming first.
What does prioritizing yourself look like?
I guess going to grad school, getting to class on time, making sure I'm exercising.